We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.
Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. President Tinubu condemns tragic circumstances leading to the passing of Alhaji Isa Bawa, the district head of Gatawa District, Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. PDP acting national chairman Umaru Damagu and Minister of the Federal Capital Territory Nyesom Wike knock elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark over allegation of colluding to destroy the party. Kenyan police offer undisclosed cash reward for information on fleeing serial killer. I'm Florence Joshua with these and more. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday condemned the tragic circumstances leading to the passing of Alhaji Isa Bawa, the district head of Gatawa District, Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. In a statement signed by his spokesperson Ajuri Ngalale, the president described the attack on Bawa as deeply disturbing and a heinous act that would not go without a decisive response. The president extended his condolences to the bereaved family, the Gobir Emirate and Sokoto State government. He prayed for the repose of the soul of the traditional ruler and comfort to his family at this difficult time. Tinubu assured Nigerians that his administration would remove threats to ensure the security of the nation and that desperate acts of terror would be effectively dealt with. Acting Governor of Niger State, Yakubu Garba, has condemned bandit attacks on the Angwame-Gero community, a border community between Shiroro and Rafi local government areas of the state, on Wednesday night where about 13 persons allegedly lost their lives. This is contained in a statement by Chief Press Secretary to the Niger Governor, Alhaji Ibrahim Boloji, this Thursday in Mina. Garba, who described the attack as satanic, insensible, Arushios and Carlos, said it led to the loss of lives of villagers, adding that it is very disheartening and disturbing for fellow humans to carry out such barbaric and vicious acts on their fellow humans. He further commiserated with the victims' family, members of the community and the entire people of the council areas over the unfortunate incident. Garba reiterated the Bago-led administration's unwavering determination and commitment to addressing insecurity in the state. The acting governor urged security agencies to redouble their efforts in the fight against insecurity and pledged the state government's commitment to win this fight. The acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Umaru Damagu, and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, have knocked elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark after he accused both of colluding to destroy the party. This comes as reports of at least 12 members of the National Working Committee of the PDP, led by Damagun, were allegedly collaborating with Wike to unseat the River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara. This It was also learned that splits opposition party NWC into two as three other members opposed the move to remove Governor Fubara. It was gathered that others allegedly involved in the plan to oust Fubara are the party's National Secretary, Samuel Anyau, National Organizing Secretary, Umar Bature, Deputy National Secretary, Santoji, and 8 others. However, 3 members of the NWC, the National Legal Advisor, National Publicity Secretary, and National Financial Secretary, were reportedly against the plot. Experts in the health sector have kicked against the federal government's plan to fortify bouillon cubes, also known as seasoning cubes, commonly used in most Nigerian homes for meal preparation among the food vehicles for delivering iron and zinc to citizens in order to combat micronutrient deficiencies in the country. At a press conference this Thursday in Abuja, a coalition of civil society anchored on the promotion of public health in the country warned against the fortification of bouillon cubes, which usually contain high percentages of sodium, as it could be highly dangerous for the country, which is already battling with a surge in non-communicable and cardiovascular diseases including hypertension, stroke, and diabetes. Clavius Gloria Atta has the details.
Nigeria currently battles a double burden of malnutrition, where undernutrition, including micronutrient deficiencies, exist alongside obesity and diet-related non-communicable diseases. To address widespread micronutrient deficiencies, especially among women and young children in developing regions such as Nigeria, the World Health Organization, alongside other bodies, promotes the consumption of micronutrient-fortified foods in local staples. Mandatory fortification of staple foods in Nigeria began in 1993 with a combination of salt and iodine. The fortification of sugar and edible oil with vitamin A has also been mandated, as well as the fortification of wheat, semolina, and maize flour with multiple micronutrients such as iron and vitamins A and B12. Following the federal government's recent unveiling of the National Food Consumption and Micronutrient Survey in Abuja in April this year, there have been reports of plans to formally approve the fortification of bouillon cubes, a popular seasoning product for meal preparation in most Nigerian households, also called stock or seasoning cubes, among the food vehicles to increase the intake of specific nutrients like iron and zinc in households in order to combat micronutrient deficiencies in the country. Reacting to the development at a press conference in Abuja, experts in the health sector say the move would further increase the burden of excessive salt consumption that has become a pressing health concern in Nigeria, contributing to the rising burden of non-communicable diseases such as hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and stroke, which currently account for 29% of all deaths in Nigeria.
The recent food insecurity and economic crisis in our country has led to a significant rise in the living expenses of Nigerians, where the masses can no longer afford basic food items, such as garri, giving industries the edge to produce cheaper and ready-to-use ultra-processed alternatives with low nutritional and health benefits. In such situations where nutritious food is costly, people only feed to satisfy hunger. However, it's our responsibility to ensure that Nigerians don't eat poison. To this effect, we are demanding the immediate discontinuation of the ongoing plans to use bouillon as a food vehicle for fortification, as it does not meet all of WHO criteria. Collaboration between all critical agencies on ensuring that food fortification does not exacerbate Nigeria's NCD problems through unintended consequences.
The World Health Organization recommends a daily sodium intake of less than 2 grams, equivalent of 5 grams of salt a day for adults. Yet, many Nigerians consume far more than this due to the high sodium content in these commonly used products. Moreover, The marketing practices surrounding these products often mislead consumers into believing they are making healthier choices. Monosodium glutamate, otherwise known as MSG, for example, is frequently advertised as a safer alternative to table salt, despite its very high sodium content. This has resulted in widespread misinformation, further exacerbating the public health crisis.
The choice of a food vehicle must align with all of WHO's criteria. And one major criteria is that if you're choosing a particular food to fortify it with nutrients, it must pose no risk to public health. Bouillon poses a huge risk to public health by giving the people hypertension. Now, you cannot say that you want to fortify bouillon with iron. You are tackling anemia, but giving the people hypertension, because the concentration of sodium in bouillon is way higher than the concentration of sodium in salt.
They are also calling on the federal government and relevant regulatory bodies to monitor the various fortification programs to ensure compliance with global standards and best practices in the interest of public health. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.
Key players in the Nigerian mining industry have appealed to the Nigerian government to suspend the implementation of new regime for fees and royalty rates payable in the sector, pending the consultation of a panel of stakeholders and ministry officials. The miner, who made this known at a press conference in Abuja, the nation's capital, also appealed for a window of opportunity to those who may like to pay the appropriate compensation to recover their revoked title or licenses, as well as a review of the operational guidelines for the mining marshal outfit to align and complement the function of the Mines Inspectorate, among other issues. Clearview News' Imofo was there and tells us more.
After critical consideration of the trends of events in Nigeria's mineral and mining sectors and the need to complement the efforts of the minister to reposition the sector for meaningful economic contributions to the nation, key players in the Nigerian mining industry have drawn the attention of the Nigerian government to the unwholesome development that of previous concern to stakeholders and offer recommendations for urgent action to arrest further drift of the sector, which they said has not fully researched from the coma of decades-long abandonment.
The sector is already groaning under huge operational cost. We are barely coping to survive in terms of margins, especially for the small and medium scale operators. Barely coping. So you don't want to put another load on them that will actually send them out of business totally. So as I said, we've made a proposition to government on that rate. I will believe that government will also look at it and call us back to a meeting to have a further discussion on the issue of that rate. We also need to speak on the issue of this value addition that the minister mentioned. I think there's confusion out there. Somebody just informed us earlier today that some operators' minerals were seized by the NSCDC men, and they require from them that they should show them license of processing and sale. That is illegal. Everybody has his own role to play in the mineral value chain. What the minister told us is that all licenses that will be granted henceforth will be granted on the condition that the person has a processing plan to work with, but not talking about the people who are already working. So I think the communication team of the minister need to help out with this and let the people they have unleashed on the operators out there know that what they are doing is wrong. Because someone who is already having this operation, who already has his off-takers, is taking his mineral from where he has supplied to the off-takers, and you are stopping him midway. You said he should be giving you licenses for processing. That is not right. So please, we are using this medium also to speak to the ministry to kindly make the policy properly understood by the people they have sent to the field to enforce the order. We are suggesting to the Honorable Minister and the Ministry that the mining marshal activity should be well coordinated with the activities of the federal mines officers. Anywhere there is weakness, the minister can have a look at it and he can tweak it. But please, it's important because these federal mines officers are the eyes of the minister at the state level. And of course, they are the ones who best can actually use the mining marshal the way the federal ministry want to use them, rather than just deploying them over the place and they don't even know what they need to do. And of course,
some of the miners bet their minds on ways government can come in to support key players in the Nigerian mining industry to complement their effort to generate revenue for the country.
We want an holistic review of not only the royalty rates, but even the licensing fees. Because in the situation where there's an increase of maybe about just 2,000 or even 10,000% increase on a single item at a time, I think that one is killing the sector. It's killing even the indigenous. There is need for us to nurture the indigenous miners, when it comes to this issue of policies. So this is the area where we are. And on the issue of fund, yes, Bank of Industry Fund, we pointed the attention of the minister to it during our meeting with him. We told the minister that this money is still like idle with Bank of Industry, and he did promise that he was going to direct that the money should be released to SMDF, because we said by now, Naira has lost its value. A miner who was supposed to be given 10 million Naira to upgrade his operations 8 years ago, 10 million cannot do anything now in mining. So the government should look for a better use of that fund. What do we want to use the money for? We want to use it to improve our capacity. By the time a miner has free access, soft access to equipment usage, and listen, it will ease some of the tensions in the sector and reduce the cost of operations.
The only one that we want to add is the issue of even access to affordable funding. We're talking about rates as high as 30-32% getting money from the bank. And there are foreign investors that are coming in. They got their own funds at 4-5% interest rate. They have technology, they have equipment, they have the support of their government to come and exploit our resources. I think it is incumbent on the government to please really support us.
Till date, 95% of barrels that is used in this country are imported. Meanwhile, the Local Content Act that was passed in 2010 clearly stated that 60% of barrels should be sourced from Nigeria. That's where I think that government, both state government, local government, where these minerals are found in their state, should sit up. Instead of going on the street and attacking people that are working, you should go back to the mining site where they are working, increase their capacity, and see money flow. That's how money is made.
Nigeria is blessed with abundant mineral resources, ranging from oil and gas to gold, diamonds, and other minerals deposits. Experts say these resources, if properly managed, have the capacity to move Nigeria beyond a mono economy that is mostly reliant on oil and uplift the living standard of the average Nigerians. Imefon Okon reporting for Clever News.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the news on Clever News Desk. We will be back after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The outgoing NYSC Director of Information and Public Relations, Edwin, has commended members of the press for their prompt and accurate reportage of the scheme's activities during his tenure. Speaking at a valedictory session with journalists, Megwa urged them to maintain professional ethics and standards in verifying information with the scheme before publishing to avoid spreading misinformation. He expressed gratitude for their support, which has contributed significantly to his success as the 28th image maker of the scheme. The report. It was an emotional moment filled with good memories as the image maker of the NYSC bows out of service after what can be described as a successful time of service. After serving the commission for 35 years, Eddie Megwa bows out amidst accolades and admiration from his colleagues and well-wishers. He also took time to highlight on issues about the NYSC.
Every day I open the pages of newspaper, you must see something NYSC. You go to the social media, something NYSC. Almost everybody in this nation, Nigeria, is a stakeholder in the National Youth Service Corps. And the reason is very simple. If your son is not serving, your son may have served. If your daughter is not serving, she may have served. Okay? Somehow your niece, your nephew, everybody is having interest in what is happening in National Youth Service Corps. Now, this shows that NYSC is doing something good. If not for anything, that parents believe that when they push these young ones to us, we are going to take good care of them.
Closer interrogation, this boy confessed that he was a president. This happened in 2007, not with this Director General. So what he said that day was an inference. He was making reference to what happened in 2007. And that's when NYSC started raising alarm with the Ministry of Education. In fact, then the minister had to set, ministerial committee that will go to some institutions made up of EFCC, police, NYSC, to go around and find out what was happening in higher institutions. Yes, it happened. Yes, we addressed the issue that time. Yes, the boy was demobilized. Yes, institutions were sanctioned. And this unical issue, alarm was raised by the VC. And she came here physically, met the DG. Said, no, we can't continue this way. And we went into our system, discovered the people. And DG gave marching orders that all of them should be demobilized.
The outgoing NYSC Director of Information and Public Relations also encouraged youth correspondents to extend the same level of support to his successor to ensure a smooth transition and continued success in his assignment. Megwa is set to retire from public service on Sunday, August 25, 2024, upon reaching the mandatory retirement age of 60. Florence Joshua reporting for Clearview News Desk. Kenyan police has offered an undisclosed cash reward for information leading to the arrest of a suspected serial killer who escaped from a Nairobi police cell. Police launched a manhunt on Tuesday after Collins Jumasi, who is accused of murdering and dismembering dozens of women, broke out of a police station in a market area of the Kenyan capital, along with 12 Eritreans. Meanwhile, 5 officers suspected of aiding Jumasi's escape have been fired on a 200,000 Kenyan shilling bond, despite prosecutors seeking an order to keep them in custody for 14 days. Recall that the 33-year-old Jumasi, described by police as a vampire, a psychopath, was arrested last month after the gruesome discovery of a number of mutilated female bodies in a rubbish dump in the Makuru slum area in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. Police say he has confessed to murdering 42 women over a 2-year period from 2022, with his wife being his first victim, but the suspect has claimed he was tortured after his arrest. Police said Jumasi and other men escaped by cutting through a wire mesh roof where he was being held before scaling a perimeter wall. A significant cash reward will be provided to anyone with credible information leading to the suspect's arrest. The Directorate of Criminal Investigation said, without specifying an amount. And that's the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. President Bola Tinubu has condemned the tragic circumstances leading to the passing of Alhaji Isa Bawa, the district head of Gatawa District, Sabon Birni local government area of Sokoto State. The acting national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Umaru Damagu, and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, have knocked elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark after he accused both of colluding to destroy the party. Kenyan police has offered an undisclosed cash reward for information leading to the arrest of a suspected serial killer who escaped from a Nairobi police cell. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via our handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.